Is there anybody listening? Is there anyone that sees what's going on? Read between the lines, criticize the words they're selling. Think for yourself and feel the...
Baby, I'm gonna leave you. I said, baby, you know I'm gonna leave you. I'll leave you in the summertime. Leave you when the summer comes a-rolling. Leave you when the summer comes along. I got to remember. Oh yeah, baby, I'm believing. We really got to remember. I can't hear me calling the way you used to do. I can hear it calling me back home. I said I was never, never, never gonna leave you, baby. But I got to go away from this place. I've gotta quit you, yeah. Yeah. woman. I know it feels so good to have you back again. And I know one day, baby, it's really gonna grow. Yes, it is. We go walking through the park every day. Every day. Come what may. Every day. Oh, baby. Mama, baby. Mama, baby. Oh. I'm gonna leave you, I'm gonna leave you, I'm gonna leave you away. Sweet baby, it was really, really good. You made me happy every single day. Now I've got to go away. Yeah, and I've got to go away. Ooh, 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 yeah, yeah. That's when it's calling me. I said that's when it's calling me back home. Home.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Trailer Park. I am Chanda-Masta, and surprise, it's Thursday. Trump is back in the saddle, and we've got to talk about it. We saw a river of shitlib tears yesterday. We're going to cover it all. Mass funny stuff, hilarious memes, and the Democrats are never going to hold the mirror up and look at themselves. Look at this chat this morning. Holy shit, you guys. You are turning out in groves this morning. So many channels are packed in the chats. I can't even believe it. Thank you guys so much. Let me get some of these chats brought up. No, that's not a chat. That way I can say good morning and we will get moving on this show. Let's see. Guys, so many of you guys are in here. Jody, thank you for joining me this morning. Popeye's always here. Natalie, I've got a special shout out. Thank you for Nat up in the deck. I've been throwing wrenches all this morning. So if you are new here, we do democracy in the chat, meaning everybody gets a wrench. You can beat the hell out of each other with them. We don't care, but nobody does. Isn't that amazing? When you give true democracy, people know how to handle it. So welcome to Herb Green. Welcome. Mastermind Hours hanging out this morning. Lady Alex, how are you? I've been wanting to message you. It's been a busy week for me. Cold Fusion Gaming, who is that guy? Johnny Kringles, good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Did I throw you a wrench? I might have. Looks like I might have. Let me know if I didn't. I will do what I gotta do. Brom, good to see you. It's been a bit. Let's see, who else do we got over here? We got over at the trailer park, because we have multiple channels here. So if you're new here, we have Beauty and the Boomer, which has like 1,400 followers. Then we have Trailer Park, because I started Trailer Park Pundit many years later than the other chats. And those are both on YouTube. And then you can find us on Rockfin under Roar Media Live, which is our nonprofit that has 15,000 followers. See, when we were allowed to grow, that's what we should have. But YouTube's naughty. We know it. But make sure you're subbing to all of our places. We're on Kick. We're on Rumble. We're on Rockfin. So let me get to all these chats. Peace Stuff, so good to see you this morning. Aunt Trina's in the chat. My favorite aunt growing up, guys. Let's give her some love. I think I threw a wrench. Lady Alex, High Plains Drifter. I love that movie because I share a birthday with Clint Eastwood, and that movie was always on as a kid. So it's kind of my go-to birthday movie. Who else have we got hanging out that I'm trying? Cobra Commander Hamas, our heroes. Good to see you this morning. Wow, the chat's moving so fast I can't even keep up. Jenny Lynn, good to see you. Good morning. Grapentine's in the house, along with let's see who else. I did get herbs. Yep, I got it. Let's see. Vic. Good morning, Vic. How are you, Vic? Of course, we've been streaming over at Thurston County Media for many years, thanks to Vic and all of her hard work. I think we're still over there, actually. Yeah, we are on public access. That's so awesome, and have been for years. Wow, I can't even keep up with these chats this morning. You guys are fiending for information, aren't you? You're just a bunch of little fiends. Let's shout out the Rockfin and the Rumble, and then we'll get moving. I see the Rockfin is up. Is nobody over there hanging out? Wow, Rockfin's really going, isn't it? And Rumble is up, and I think we are probably up on the land of Kick. Let me make sure. We want to give Kit at Hardlands Media a run for his money over there. Absolutely. We are live on Kick. So Kick looks beautiful. Kick's got a beautiful picture. Okay, let me move some of these chats out of the way. Yeah, I've been reading your guys' chats coming in. This shit is hilarious, isn't it? I mean, watching the liberal tears and then the megas thinking they actually won something other than a digital prison. It's been fun. It's fun. Okay, I got the deck in here. You guys know I'm formatting my deck a little bit different so that way we can see the thumbnails. And so it's kind of cutting off my ratio on the bottom of my screen. I'm going to have the expert Oz come in and revamp my studio for me. As you guys know, I am one of the only female engineers out here in the independent media space. I engineer and design all of my own graphics and logos. Well, of course, I have help from our executive producers at Roar Media, but yeah. But I'm not as good as Oz, I got to tell you. Oz is the master. That's why we call him the man behind that curtain. So let's see, what do we got here? Good morning, rise and shine. It's coffee time. Good morning, liberals. They're all crying. Too funny. Yesterday was a blast on the Twitterverse, wasn't it? Every single post was somebody melting down, and we're going to look at that today. I wish I could move this monitor now that I got to do it this way. Normally, I could just look at my screen. So, as you guys know, this was a chemo week for me. I just completed my second round of chemo yesterday afternoon, and I started radiation this week. That's right, 5 days a week. I am getting radiacted, and there's a couple pictures of me this week getting my chemo. And then I came home, or yesterday before I left for chemo, I got a beautiful box in the mail from Natalie Williams. Thank you so much, Nat, for the caregive. Crispy's Cancer. She sent me cookbooks, Beat Cancer cookbooks, and good energy. And I love the perfume. She sent me some non-toxic perfumes. Oh, I barely sprayed one on just to test it. And when I walked into chemo, they were like, oh my God, you smell so good. So it's wonderful. Some beautiful watercolors. I can't wait. I'm doing a lot of coloring and drawing to kill time while I'm in the chemo chair. And then some non-toxic oil, cooking oil. That's very thoughtful. Thank you guys so much. You guys send me the greatest stuff. I'm not even kidding. Like right now, my feet are really swollen from the amount of fluid they've been putting in my body. And I got those leg compressors that Ginger sent me, and they work amazing. They help, just keep the water from building up on my legs, the fluid. My other girlfriend, Michelle, showed up on Monday for chemo and brought me an entire care package of rechargeable hand warmers, a throw that is heated, but it's got like a button. You just go, it's the coolest thing. I love it. You can see it in that picture there, the throw, because it's kind of sitting on that, but just little odds, knickknacks. She brought me a huge case of double-sided coloring pens and fuck cancer color books and socks that say F cancer. And you guys are so thoughtful. And I thank you guys so much. The GoFundMe is doing freaking amazing. Look at that. We're almost at, we're almost to 12,500. You guys, I don't know where I'd be without you right now. I would not have been able to pay my rent the last few months. I wouldn't be able to get to my doctor's appointments. I would not be able to afford my medications. This community has carried me, and I'm fighting as hard as I can because of it. And that's why I did go live on election day after having chemo and radiation. I know I looked a little tired. I was. But I made it. I did 4 hours on air right after chemo and radiation. Of course, I got to hang out on an amazing panel over at Pasta to Go. Our brother Pasta did an all-day marathon of independent media. And basically, he just put the link out there. And once he would get like 4 of us in the queue, that was your panel. And I got one of the best panels. I got Nick from Hotspot and Revolutionary Blackout Network. I got Jay Scott. And then I got the, what is it? The left, the Homeless Left. Yeah, the Homeless Left's podcast. It was a great panel. And, me, I don't let no men keep me quiet, man. I got right in the mix of that. So if you want to help me out with the GoFundMe, I still need it. December's coming. I'm stressing about December's bills. And of course it's the holidays. And you think to yourself, will this be my last holiday? Small Cell has a way of coming back and kicking your ass, so I want a good holiday, but I know I can't afford a good holiday. So every little bit helps, but please, please do not give it if you don't have it. I see so many of you giving me reoccurring donations. Please don't hurt yourself to help me. I just beg, and I just pray that when you need it the most, somebody will pay it back to you. Pay it forward, right? Even though we don't like Kevin Spacey around here. When are we going to get some crazy Kevin Spacey freaking message? Ooh, it's getting to Thanksgiving and Christmas. Maybe we'll get some cryptic bullshit from him. Moving on. Let's see. You guys can help me out other ways too. Of course, I got Vimo, Cash App, PayPal, all of the ways to help independent media. Fair use. We are on YouTube this morning. I am merely commentating on the clips. I always ask you, go do your own research. I will give you the breadcrumbs. You can go find the truth, because I promise it's out there. They just don't want you to look for it. And don't try on Google. You're not going to find it on Google. I had a slide in here. I lost it. What did I do with it? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, let's get this shit show started. So CNN reports millions of American voters may have colluded to elect Trump. Ruh-roh. What? Breaking news? How is that breaking news? Oh, I'm really tiny this morning. I guess I'll go back to the big cam. So, yeah, I mean, the blame is on. We knew the blame was going to be on. This is what the Democrats do. I remember I went to the 2016 postmortem meeting at my local Democrats club to figure out what went wrong, right? And I was sitting there as a Bernie Sanders delegate who had came into the election system thinking that I was a Democrat my whole entire life, just to be railroaded, used, abused, and treated like shit by that party. And then when they couldn't figure out how they lost to Donald Trump, they blamed it on us for supporting Jill Stein, you know? And so we knew Jill Stein would probably be the kicking bag this time, but no. No, it is men. Men in general are the reason why America has Trump this morning. And that just cracks me up. White men, black men, Hispanic men, you guys did this. And it's funny that all of the people that are screaming about, Project 2025 is coming for you. They're going to track your periods. You're going to be forced to give birth. I mean, the stupid shit that these people try to regurgitate just because it showed up on some fucking website, some Christian website that it has nothing to do with the Trump campaign. Trump's even said that Project 2025 didn't have shit to do with his campaign. So yeah, that's just hilarious. I find it sus, don't you guys? Kind of sus. Okay, I had to bring you United Spot. I don't do it very often, Papa. I know you can't stand the United Spot, but this one's funny. Let's watch.
Hello, this is Obama. Hey, Obama, it's me, Kamala. Oh, gosh, it's Kamala. Hello? Hi, Hillary. It's Kamala. I think you have the wrong number.
The number you dialed is not in service.
Hello? Nancy? It's Kamala. Hang on. I'm getting another call. Hello? Hey, Putin. It's me, Kamala. Hello. How are you doing? Not good. I lost. Psych. This is my voicemail. Leave me a message after the tone.
The number you dialed is not in service.
Hello? Hey, Zelensky, it's me, Kamala. Can I call you back? I'm on the phone with Trump. Yeah, I guess.
The number you dialed is not in service.
Hello? Hey, Liz. It's Kamala. There's no Liz here. Sorry. Liz?
The number you dialed is not in service.
Hello? Hey, Joe. I didn't do it. You, bitch. Joe, I
The number you dialed is not in service.
This is Trump.
Fuck
Who's
you,
this?
bitch.
Trump. It's Kamala. What's that? I give up.
Too freaking funny. Let's see if I can make small Shanda a little bit bigger. There we go. A little bigger. And let's crop this mic out of here. Which side am I cropping? Nope. Apparently I can't crop it. Darn it. I tried. Anyways, at least I'm a little bit bigger. Anyways, that was hilarious. United Spot's been entertaining us for many years, and I just thought that was funny. Wait, Jimmy Carter wants to know, did she win? What the fuck? Did you guys see that? You guys know I brought that, where they rolled Jimmy Carter out in a frickin' wheelchair and said he endorses Harris, and he literally looked like the Crypt Keeper. Yeah, I saw it. I know, Kate, so many people are just losing their shit. Like, divorce your husband. Oh my God, leave the country. Come on, grow up. All we did was, this is like we took an X back. It's like putting on dirty underwear. We already know what it's going to be like. Stop it. It's not going to be everything you're trying to tell us it is. I'm not buying it. So Donald Trump, he's cleaned house this morning. Let's check it out. Play. Come on. Do I got to get right in the middle of the play? Apparently I do.
Worst vice president, you're the worst border czar. There's never been anybody bad like you. Kamala, you're fired. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here.
Oh my gosh, that was too funny. And anarchists who knew it all along, liberals awaking to the hopelessness of the duopoly. But did they wake up to the hopelessness of the duopoly? No, they're still picking sides, red and blue, red and blue. It's, we need everybody in the country to realize that there is one corporate fucking ownership of our country and to rebel against it, not civil war. They're like, we're going to have a civil war. What does a civil war look like? You're going to fight your fucking neighbors? Come on. Stupid. So I brought all of the pundits, the talking pundits for you so we could get their take on it because their minds were melting on air that night. I got off air at about 9 because so many of you guys joined us that night. Thank you so much for hanging out with Oz and I. And I went to bed because I had chemo and radiation and been on air for 4 hours. So I immediately went to bed. Well, Cold Fusion came in and woke me up at 11 and he said Trump's officially the president. And I was just like, oh my God, tomorrow's going to be a blast on Twitter. And it was. And so let's start with Joyanne Reed losing her shit over at MSNBS. You know, my haircut looks a little like hers underneath my wig.
And we begin our final sprint, having arrived at that point in the election season where basically we on this side of the TV screen have said all we can. We've laid out the stakes in this crucial election where one side stands for freedom while the other meets the textbook definition of fascism. Namely, fascism. A far-right dictatorial
you guys are the fucking
regime,
fascists.
Hitler's Germany or Franco's Spain.
You guys
or
actually
Mussolini's
support
Italy,
Nazis
but also
in Ukraine.
White-ruled South Africa before Mandela and the black majority took control, or Vladimir Putin's Russia, Viktor Orban's Hungary, or Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela today.
Maduro is not a dictator.
Suppresses the rights of women and minorities, uses the military.
Have you ever been there,
execute
Joyanne?
the
I don't think you
whims of
have.
a strongman dictator, and controls and suppresses the press, education, the arts, rewrites history to suit a favored and dominant racial class, and foments extravagant corruption in order to enrich the dictator and his friends.
Oh my God, she actually believes that shit. So the Democrats didn't see the red wave coming. We saw it long ago. Oz and I have been calling it for a couple of years now. I mean, eventually it had to happen, right? In 2016, Trump got in there, and I think a lot of that was because of us Bernie people, because we were so scorned by the Democratic Party that we refused to vote for the Democrats. And again in 2020, which I absolutely believe was a still. Come on. We all know it was. Let's not pretend that, Dependence Joe had that lockdown. Bullshit. We know they stuffed the ballot boxes. So I was really worried about that Tuesday night when I went to bed. Like, fuck, are we going to wake up in the morning and it's going to be the same old where the Dems are going to come in and grab it at the end with, a lot of ballots that just mysteriously showed up. But Trump actually brought such a red wave that they couldn't have cheated if they wanted to. I mean, I'm sure they tried in multiple counties. That's what the Dems do, but... you guys, I didn't even know who this was. Holy shit. Did Katie Couric go through transition surgery? Because I did not recognize her. Look at Katie Couric. You guys remember little old Katie Couric from the Today Show. She sat next to pervert Matt Lauer, right? Come on, play.
Hi, everybody. Just a quick reminder, if you're watching the election results tonight, I just want to make you aware of something called a red mirage. That's when some of the rural counties come in because they're earlier and faster because there are fewer votes to count. So don't panic if you hear people or see kind of Donald Trump winning in some of these swing states because that happened before in 2020. And as the votes come in,
did he sweep the swing states? I think he did.
The results change. So I thought that would be helpful for you all to know as you watch everything that's going on.
God, life's been hard for
anyway,
you, Katie. You're looking rough. Day. What is that shit? Oh my gosh, what the hell was that all about? Was that some kind of cabal handshake? I know, what was that? Katie Couric, looking a little rough. Am I winning? Joe Biden, you can tell him he's winning. He probably will believe it. I would think so. He's probably saying, see, I told you guys should have stuck with me. I would have had a better chance than Harris. So it looks like Trump swept all of the swing states. He also, the Republicans got the Senate and probably the House too. It looks like they're fully in control. So you know what? The Democrats love this shit, guys, though. The Democrats love when they lose because then it'll push everybody back over to the mainstream lying narrative media, which is MSNBS and the Clinton News Network. And so they were on the outskirts of almost breaking down or being gone, right? They were irrelevant. Nobody started watching them. Well, now the shit libs will flood back over there to figure out how they can fight back against Trump. And there will be a ton of fundraising money raised on Resist Trump, just like there was last time. Remember the Million Pussy Hat March that we saw in D.C.? Yes, we've already are seeing marches on Trump. I've got them. They're on the deck, but we got like an 80-slide deck, so we're just going to keep moving. Let's see. Coming soon to a blue city near you. Scream 2. Let's do good. Yeah, they were screaming yesterday morning. Screaming and crying. Oh, we're already at the fuck off pie this morning. So today's fuck off pie is going to go to none other than Emma Vigeland of the Sam Cedar Minority Report. Look at the fake tears she manufactures online. And you know the thing is, Emma used to actually be a so-called progressive. Do you remember when she used to do on-the-ground reporting with Jordan Charleston? I actually helped pay to get them down to no DAPL so we could get some real information out of what was going on at Standing Rock. And we thought she was one of us, but the minute she got offered a little bit of money from the Sam Cedar podcast, boy, she sure changed her tune, didn't she? That's what they always do, sell out.
One thing I'll just get a little emotional about is...
Oh, don't get emotional.
It does, as a woman, feel pretty shitty. I feel like the humanity of women and their rights, no one cares. And even in the face of Trump and everything that he represented, that's a tough pill to swallow.
What? That's a tough pill to swallow. Oh, come on. So, yes, take a cup of No One Cares, a dash of Kiss My Ass, add some fuck yous, a pinch of blow me, and stir and shove straight up your ass, Emma. You are such a sellout, whiny little witch. Who still watches Sam Cedar? Well, I know who. The liberals that are crying in their Wheaties this morning. That's who. Okay, I brought you some of these crying, sniveling liberals that have just taken over social media the last 24 hours, and come on, just have a good laugh. Liberal tears are hilarious. Oh, I don't want to be on a big screen. Here we go.
Ah! What the fuck? Ah! Bitch! You fuck!
Yo, I'm scared to go to sleep. I might wake up a motherfucking slave. I'm sorry. No! Why?
This is all prank, right? Like we're just gonna wake up tomorrow morning and everything's gonna go back to the way it'll be a psych. It'll be like a really bad dream, and none of this.
All I can say is how fucking
dare you? Are these the same? Maybe these two are the same. Let's see.
This is all prank, right? Like we're just gonna wake up tomorrow morning and everything's gonna go back to the way it'll be a psych. It'll be like a really bad dream, and none of this will have ever happened, right? Like it'll be like the first time, and then we're all gonna pull through fine in 4 years. Correct?
Oh, because you're fine. Because I'm fine.
Tell me.
You guys are
I can tell
fine.
you one thing right now: marriage is the farthest thing from on the table currently.
Honey,
So
you shouldn't
they
marry
screwed
in
the
your
pooch
mental
on that
state.
one if they thought that any of this was going to actually help with the whole family and kids department and lowering birth rates, because
they want the depopulation agenda, both sides.
Any semblance of thoughts
So you're playing right into their hand.
is completely going to be a no thanks for me, love. You think I would ever even dare bring a child into this country now? It was rough before. Now? No. That's cute. And the men, don't even get me started about dating. To think I was still entertaining a few moderates here and there sometimes.
And then they're going to say,
no,
why don't men like us?
That's never. Goodbye.
Oh my gosh, that is just revolting. Yeah, so there's this whole campaign out there to divorce your husband, to leave your boyfriend, don't have kids. Well, yeah, just play right into the depopulation agenda that both sides of the aisle want. So it's working out well for them. This one cracks me the fuck up. Okay, so if you are a migrant, are you scared you're going to get deported? Well, this guy's scared. He's scared for his mother-in-law. Come on. I hate this new format.
Donald Trump won, and I am very, very afraid that he might deport my mother-in-law. She entered illegally to the country, and she lives in a street 4, number 47, apartment D, New York. I am very, very concerned. That's right behind the green apartment. Yeah. I have nothing bad happened to her.
Oh, come on, it's funny.
The gate is always open. You don't have any dogs either. It's 3-4, number 47, apartment B.
More people were deported under Obama and under Biden-Harris than in any other administration. It's just fear-mongering on Trump.
I wonder how my life would be.
How will my life be without her?
Why?
Number 42. Oh my God, that was hilarious. That was obviously satire. We do a lot of satire here at Roar Media, and that was hilarious. Like, he keeps giving the address over and over where to pick her up. Too funny. Let's see. What is this one? Is this the right one? Yeah. Trying to keep track. I got to get my Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I had turned that up, so I had turned it down. I forgot to turn back down. I'm working on it. You got to shout at me when the sound, because I crank up for these quiet videos. I'm going to get my studio back to where I'm not doing it this way. I do not like having to manufacture the play
Donald
this way.
Trump has won, and honestly, I would usually say be humble, but fuck that shit. We've been called garbage.
Yep.
We've been called fascist. We've been called racist. We've literally been called subhuman pieces of shit, and it's fucking done. He won the popular vote. He won the Electoral College. We won the Senate. We won the House. And that big fucking red mirage everybody was talking about, turns out it was a fucking wave. With all the extra money I'm going to have under a Trump administration, I think I'm going to go buy a kayak so I can go up this fucking river of liberal tears. There are straight up women that are filing for divorce from their husbands this morning, that are leaving their boyfriends over this fucking election. That's derangement. I saw another video of a lady saying, "Oh, what do I do now? What do I do now? You guys have been scaring me about Project 2025 for the last year." No, nobody's been scaring you. You've been brainwashed.
Yeah.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, is a good fucking day. It is a good fucking day, and I feel good. I know there's a lot of people that don't feel good.
I felt good
but
yesterday,
honestly,
too, I gotta tell you.
fuck 'em.
Knowing the Dems
Now that
lost
we're gonna
was...
have 4 beautiful years of prosperity. Now what we need to focus on is J.D. Vance 2028.
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for all of that, but I got to tell you, I was in a pretty good mood yesterday, knowing that the Democrats did not fucking steal another one, right? Because they stole it from us in 2016. They stole the primary from Bernie Sanders. We had Trump licked with the energy that was behind Bernie Sanders. We knew it. Democrats would not embrace the progressive energy that came into that party. I mean, you guys know the horror stories, the 8 years of hell I went through. I mean, our chair was physically assaulted when we took a supermajority at our county convention. The LD level, they cheated and stuffed the ballot box. Like, I mean, we just went through hell with these people. The Democrats, and I thought I was a Democrat all those years. And then to go in and witness it with my own, because most of us don't ever get that involved in politics, right? We vote, we go, we feel like we've done our part. But when you actually step up to the plate and you go inside that party and you become a working member of that party, you just see how corrupt and top down it actually is. I mean, and every order comes from the DNC. So to see them get their faces rubbed in Trump again was a wonderful thing. It did make me happy, and I will not deny it. And you guys know I'm not a huge Trump supporter. I did 4 years of sitting in this chair, tearing down Trump's policies and laying them out for you. And you guys know I'm pretty evil balanced. If Trump does something that is good, that helps the working class, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to kudos him for it. You know, he got kind of this, I swear they manufactured freaking COVID just because it was Trump, you know, like, let's just unleash the COVID. Moving on. Oh my God. No, not this asshole. Keith Overman is sitting in his Fifth Avenue penthouse overlooking Central Park, and he has a message for you. Cause you know, he understands what the everyday people are going through.
On the Wednesday Countdown podcast, Russia has committed an act of war against this nation.
Russia.
We were attacked last night, regardless of the outcome of the presidential election.
Attacked last night.
As certainly as if Russia had
somebody attacked your penthouse
and not merely threatened with a terrorist attack
Oh, you're such an asshole.
32 polling stations in one Georgia county, many in another Georgia county. Between them, the home of 1/4 of the entire black population of the state of Georgia, and also in the states of Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Arizona.
Oh, you're just mad that the Dems didn't cheat harder in those states.
Russian interference in this country's elections dates back to at least 2016.
The ghost
It has
of
been
Peanut,
proven
yes.
time and time again, and at times the government of this country
Russia,
has
Russia,
buried
Russia.
the information, even though it was available in plain sight. Now it has happened again, and our response to it so far is to present to the country a toll-free tip line if anybody has any information.
A toll-free tip line to tell on the
Details
Russians.
in the Wednesday Countdown podcast, now
Are
live
you
wherever
kidding me? This is by far one of my most amusing ones I saw yesterday. Are you kidding me? There is now a tip line that you can tell on the Russians who interfered in your election. Did you see them? They had the cosmonaut hats on. They had bottles of vodka in their hands since we're doing stereotypes. Fuck you, Keith Overman. There's probably a balcony on your fucking apartment that you could take a swan dive off of. Yeah, he's crying liberal piss tears like he always does. Keith Overman preaching to you, preaching to me in the trailer park from his 5th Avenue penthouse condo overlooking Central Park. And that is exactly where he lives. I'm not even joking. We have seen it. He's done his little videos off his balcony. You can see Central Park. Shut the hell up. I'm so tired of these talking pundits who make millions of fucking dollars every goddamn year to lie to us, talking down to us. So here's some more. Let's see. Who do we got here? This is, we'll figure it out once we hit play. Why do I always forget his name?
I think Fetterman
Chuck Todd
could end up being an interesting sort of North Star for the party. Right. He's a guy who's figured
not
out
the
how
Fetterman.
to win. He was basically a working class Democrat that has stayed a Democrat. Well, essentially all of his brethren where he grew up are clearly have moved towards Trump. So I think Fetterman could end up playing a pretty big role in whatever the party's going to, wherever they're going to next, because Fetterman seems to get it a little bit more.
Who left the gate open at the
where he was in
fuck-darn
Israel
farm?
too. So he's not been a predictable politician.
Oh my gosh, do you hear this stupid shit coming out of Chuck Todd's mouth? He thinks Fetterman is the future of the party, the future of the Democratic Party. A man who literally didn't even know how to say his fucking name 18 months ago because he supposedly had a stroke. Remember? Yeah, they're really setting these guys up, including AOC, to be the next wave of leaders for the Democratic Party. And Obama's like, what? What's the problem? There's no problem. I like Fetterman. Okay, here's some more. I got a bunch of views for you too. Like, I got you guys the talking pundits. Let's check this one out.
I think when it's all said and done, what you're going to see is a huge divide over people who are college educated and not college educated. And if that is the case, what is different is that you could be seeing a realignment about the base of each party. And there are warning signs for everybody here. But if the working class, non-college educated voter is now increasingly a Republican voter, Democrats have to rethink the way in which they sell their policies that absolutely benefit working class Americans and in a targeted fashion.
Did she just call us all uneducated? I think she did. I think she fucking did. Now, this is the problem with the professional managerial class that has got their boot on all of our necks across this country. You know it. I know it. They preach to us from their fucking universities. All that is indoctrination. You go to some fancy, $100,000, $200,000 a year frickin' or education college, then you are a perfect cog in the system. You're going to toe the line, just like these people. And they don't like that those of us at the bottom in the trailer park are bucking their system and saying, fuck you. We can't afford to go to college anyway, so why the hell would we even try, to go into debt? Look at student loan debt. You guys know my mom died with thousands of dollars of student loan debt. Most people do. You never get out from underneath of it. Yeah, it's a good idea to set up all of your kids to be in debt the minute they reach adulthood. Our system is completely broken, and these snivelly, whining, talking heads preaching down to us because we're the uneducated masses. Fuck all the way off. My pronouns are has been. She has been. What did they really expect? That she was going to step up just because she had a fucking vagina in 100 days and overcome Trump? Fuck, Hillary had 2 years and couldn't overcome Trump. And I love how Hillary was one of the advisors for Harris. If you lose, why would you take advice from a loser? If you ain't first, you're last. Oh, Jensaki, the angry redhead. Let's see what Jensaki had to say. Come on.
And I think it's important to say that, anyone who has experienced or been in the United States for any period of time and experienced this country's history and knows it cannot have believed that it would be easy to elect a woman president, let alone a woman of color. Let's just be clear. And nothing that was true yesterday about how flawlessly this campaign was run is not true now. I mean, this really was an historic, flawlessly run campaign. Queen Latifah never endorses anyone. She came out and endorsed. She had every prominent celebrity voice. She had the Taylor Swiftie to the Swifties. She had the Beehive.
She wouldn't even address her supporters.
You could not have run a better campaign in that short period of time. And I think that's still true.
Muppet of Joy. Driving Miss Macy. That's hilarious. What a fucking joke. These people are so out of touch. She ran a flawless campaign. She had 100 days. She came out. She didn't talk about any fucking policy. She couldn't distinguish herself from Biden one damn bit. Basically, she was the same regime as fucking Biden. And she couldn't cop up to the fact that we all knew Biden was impaired. Mentally, physically, you could see it. Every day they gaslit us with, oh, he's fine, he's great, he's, and then all of a sudden, one bad debate later, she is now the nominee, which robbed the American people of a actual primary to choose a leader that they wanted. Yet again, the Democrats just shoved them down our fucking throats. And then they can take no accountability, no responsibility, or no deep, hard look at their policies. Remember, we had that commission that we formed in 2016 after Bernie got robbed, and that they were going to cut back on the superdelegates, and they did, right? They cut back on the superdelegates, which didn't help us, the people. It helped them at the end of the day. Keep calm. It's all staged. It is. It's the greatest show on earth, isn't it? Okay, Jensaki, so gross, with Joyanne Reed. And Scott Jennings. Let's hear what Scott Jennings. Oh, Scott Jennings dropping some truth over on CNN that night. This is actually kind of funny.
This is a mandate. He's won the national popular vote for the first time for a Republican, for the first time since 2004. This is a big deal. This isn't backing into the office. This is a mandate to do what you said you were going to do.
Oh, don't make Don Lemon cry.
Get the economy working again for regular working class Americans.
Make Van Jones cry.
Fix immigration. Try to get crime under control. Try to reduce the chaos in the world. This is a mandate from the American people to do that. I think I'm interpreting the results tonight as the revenge of just the regular old working class American, the anonymous American who
we are fucking tired
has been
of paying
crushed,
45% higher for everything.
Condescended to.
Yep, we've been called
They're
names.
not garbage. They're not Nazis.
Damn right.
They're just regular people who get up and go to work every day and are trying to make a better life for their kids, and they feel like they have been told to just shut up. When they have complained about the things that are hurting them in their own lives. I also feel like this election, as we sit here and pour over this tonight, is something of an indictment of the political information complex. I mean, we've been sitting around here for the last couple of weeks.
Oh, no.
And the story that was portrayed was not true. Like we were told Puerto Rico was going to change the election. Liz Cheney, Nikki Haley voters, women lying to their husbands. Before that, it was Tim Walz and the camo hats. Night after night after night, we were told all these things and gimmicks were going to somehow push Harris over the line. And we were just ignoring the fundamentals. Inflation, people feeling like that they were barely able to tread water at best. That was the fundamentals of the election. And so I think that both parties should always look at the results of an election and figure out what went right and what went wrong. But I think for all of us who cover elections and talk about elections and do this on a day-to-day basis, we have to figure out how to understand, talk to, and listen to the half of the country that rose up tonight and said, we've had enough.
No, just keep calling them names. Just keep calling them deplorables and, basement dwellers. What they've called us useless eaters, everything under the sun, And whether I don't identify as a MAGA person or a Trump person, but that's exactly what they've done to us. Nick from Revolutionary Blackout, this is a hot spot. Like I said, I got to do a panel with Nick. Nick was amazing. That was the first time I've actually been on air with Nick, and what a joy having a conversation with Nick. You guys make sure you're following Hotspot over on the X, dropping good info every day.
Kamala Harris becomes the first Democrat in decades to lose the popular vote as Democrats are punished for supporting genocide. Democrats are just now realizing that it's hard to win a general election while you are slaughtering thousands of children. Apparently, palling around with Liz Cheney and having her and Bill Clinton go around Michigan explaining to Arabs why their family deserves to die by the hands of Israel is not a good election strategy. Yeah. Kamala Harris yelling, "I'm speaking," to anti-genocide protesters will go down as a historic gaffe.
Everybody has a right to be heard, but right now I am speaking.
I am speaking.
I know what you're speaking of. I want the ceasefire.
But what about the genocide? What about the genocide?
And I respect your right to speak, but I am speaking right now.
I am speaking right now. She did it like 5 times.
If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that. Otherwise, I'm speaking.
We want Donald Trump to win. We said it.
Liberals was 100% okay with losing to Donald Trump, someone that they called a fascist and a threat to our democracy, because they couldn't get over their hatred of Arabs and the left. This is the most deserved loss in history, because polls often show that the majority of the American people support an arms embargo on Israel. And if Kamala supported an arms embargo, she would have had increased support. Do you guys know how crazy it is that the Zionists told the Democratic Party to take a dive against Donald Trump, and they listened? The Democratic Party lost everything. Democrats lost the House, Democrats lost the Senate, the popular vote, and the White House to the Orange Cheeto, all because Kamala Harris couldn't say no to her AIPAC handler husband. Trump winning is not good, but I couldn't imagine anything more dire for the future of humanity if the ruling class was rewarded and given a mandate for genocide.
Enjoy Trump, because we're not voting for Biden ever. Enjoy Trump.
We did this on purpose. You didn't listen to us, we gave you Trump.
Y'all pay for dead babies. Y'all pay for dead babies. What's wrong with you? How much money did you give Joe Biden?
You're a Cheeto. Yeah, that's what we call him.
We're not paying for dead babies. Enjoy Trump. We're never voting for Biden.
Hot spot. We love Nick. Great work over there, and he's absolutely right. Genocide was my number one topic, my number one issue when it came to my ballot. Like, I, selfishly could not sit here in the trailer park whining and crying about the price of milk and gas when I see blown up, annihilated babies that have been trapped in an open air concentration camp for the last 76 years. And we all want to pretend it started on October 7th. You guys know we are very big at supporting Palestine here at Roar Media. Half of our shows for the last year have been dedicated to the plight of the Palestinian people, and not just the Palestinians, the Syrians, the Libyans. I mean, we could go on and on at the war path that America has been on, and it seems to be the only thing we export now is war, and they don't even need the consent of Congress anymore. We have Americans dying over there as we speak right now. So, yeah, it was a protest vote. And, we'll get Donald Trump. But you know what? Donald Trump didn't do anything to us. He's a fucking businessman at the end of the day. So I'm hoping that a clearer head will prevail and he will see the loss of business from the Middle East and start talking peace agreements and negotiations. There can be only one state solution. This 2-state solution bullshit that they've been spewing for years. I used to buy into it. There can be no 2-state solution. It has to be one fucking state, the Palestinian state, and then Israel. You got what you got. Get the fuck out and shut up. They're fleeing anyways. Moving on. That was Nick. Let's check out this map. There are no blue states, just 15 to 20 blue cities trying to tell the rest of us how to live. It does feel that way, doesn't it? I live up there in that very tip of Washington. Let me see if I can get my pointer up there. Yeah, I live up in here, right up on this point, and right about there. And we go purple. We go purple because we have a lot of rural farmland up here, but we also are being inundated and flooded by all of the retirees from California because Sunset Magazine 20 years ago said we were an excellent place to retire to. So they're just tearing up all our farmland and building, little stick houses. Sorry, guys, I get cotton mouth really bad from the radiation. If you see me putting something in my mouth, it is mouth moisturizer. I'm getting like cotton mouth really bad from radiation. I'll wake up and it'll be like I smoked 20 joints or something. Like my gums will stick to my teeth. It's terrible. So that's what I'm putting in my mouth when you see me do that. Okay, here is another post-mortem breakdown. I think I agree with this guy if I remember right.
All right, I'm about to go to bed. Call it. It's late, so this may be a little rambling. Donald Trump, next president of the United States, barring a huge miracle. He just didn't win. He won for fun. He won the electoral. He won the popular vote. He got more votes than last.
Oh, why can't I change the playback speed on that? Oh, well. Sorry, guys.
All right, I'm about to go to bed. Call it. It's late, so this may be a little rambling. Donald Trump, this rant. A lot of people are asking, like, how did Trump get more votes than he got last time? Well, here's the answer. Because people like myself, independents or moderates, the Democrats gave us no choice. The Democrats gave us no choice. That was the worst campaign.
We had no
their
choice.
pure arrogance and their moral superiority have driven people away. If you say you're voting for Trump, suddenly you're a Nazi, you're Hitler, you're garbage. Enough. Like, yeah, I'm sure there's racists in the party, just like there's fucking crazy people and assholes and racists in the Democratic Party, all right?
Absolutely.
But millions and millions and millions and millions of people vote for Trump. He won clear, he won decisive. So when you call us that, and when you say that, you're calling the majority of the country racist, Hitlers, Nazis. I don't think you get the words of what that means. You are alienating all this middle ground people by acting like you're better than us, smarter than us, and frankly, insulting our intelligence. Trump's the threat to democracy. That was the entire Democratic campaign. It wasn't about policy because everyone knew we want change. We're not happy with the borders, the Middle East, the economy, inflation. And Kamala consistently said she was no different than Joe Biden, wouldn't do anything different than Joe Biden, last person in the room. Her pitch to the people was, Trump is Hitler, Trump is bad, he's a dictator. Again, we're not stupid. The Democrats were the one who were saying Joe Biden was mentally fit for 2 years when he was a vegetable and couldn't even make it off stage from giving a speech. And the Democrats would lie to our face and say the videos were edited, altered. They weren't.
They altered those.
Then, after the primary is over, they stage a coup, get rid of Joe, put in Kamala, and suddenly she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Same woman who ran for president got 0 votes. Same woman who can't even answer a question how she's different from Biden. Ran one of the worst campaigns I've ever seen. Just strictly, her entire campaign was fear-mongering. What will Trump as a dictator? It'll be the end of democracy. It's garbage. It's garbage. The people pulling the strings in the Democratic Party, get rid of them. They've lost the plot.
That's what we've been saying
Tonight
since 2016.
is on the Democrats. Congratulations, Donald Trump.
We
I
tried.
voted for him.
We fucking tried. They locked us out of
I had no
headquarters
choice but to
and
vote
assaulted
for him
us.
for the campaign that the Democrats ran. And it's not just white males, Hispanics. The black vote didn't come out for Kamala like they did. Again, it was a ringing endorsement for the Republicans, Trump, ringing indictment against the Democrats. They got to look themselves in the mirror.
They
this
won't.
Moral superiority complex
They
they
won't.
have. This arrogance they have.
Yep.
It's not working.
And they're
it's
not
time
gonna,
to wake up and see
they're
that.
corporate captured. They're never
You're
going to get rid of it,
alienating
buddy. I
half
hate
the
to
country.
break it to
More
you.
of it. Wake up. Move on.
So as much as I love this guy's sentiment, it's unrealistic. You know, we took that progressive energy into the Democratic Party in 2015 and 2016, and we tried to bend them to where they would even support their own fucking platform. It says in your platform you're going to support these things. Oh, well, now is not the time. You know, they are a top-down organization. The DNC gives the frickin' orders to the state chairs. The state chairs gives the orders to the county chairs. And it's just basically a social club at your local level. And we did. We took a super majority. We got the whole county to come out and vote for the Bernie people to replace our local central committee. And we swept them. We had a super majority. And what did they do? They assaulted our chair. They locked us out of the headquarters. They refused to turn over the vote blue information. And then ultimately they went and cried to the state chair that we had just elected, the progressives. And she turned on us, stabbed us in our backs and said, well, let's do a re-election in Colum County. So basically they just ran us out of fucking town. And, you know, we went to the police after they physically assaulted our elected chair. And we made so many compromises with these people, too. We were trying to be so even and balanced and welcoming and not running anybody out of the party. Okay, you guys hate Trump. Yeah, we see some bad problems with Trump, too. You know, many of the progressives jumped on board the pussy hat movement and resist and all that stupid bullshit. I never did because I always thought for the psyop that it was. But they refused. They absolutely refused. They did everything they could to run our energy out of the party. And you guys know, I even stayed all the way up to 2020. Knowing exactly who the Democrats were, I always say I did 8 years behind enemy lines because I fucking did. They treated me like I was the enemy. They treated me like they call everybody else, you know, just vile fucking. And you know what? It was all blue-haired little boomers and their sidekick men. And yeah, that's still what it is today. They're never going to look in the mirror at who they are because they are a corporate captured party and they do not take orders or advice from the bottom of the party. You are just the foot soldiers to get out there and knock on doors. That's all they use you for. They use you for phone calls, they use you for fundraising, and they use you for canvassing. That's what the Democrats do. Same donors, different puppet. This is true. I mean, yeah, we got to win with Trump, but at the end of the day, AIPAC's the one who fucking won.
Things that Kamala could have done to not lose the election. Number 1, don't raid the dairy farm of an old Amish farmer, causing Amish voters to come out in unprecedented numbers in swing states. Number 2, stop doing a genocide which caused Muslim voters to come out for Jill Stein in record numbers. Number 3, you could have actually done something for union workers in my part of the world, the American Midwest, instead of just pandering to them with slogans like Build Back Better. Perhaps you should have let the rail workers go on strike instead of crushing it with the state. Number 4, you could have promised to wind down the NATO-backed proxy war in Ukraine, which Americans are very tired of paying into. Number 5, the Democratic Party should have actually run a primary election instead of just appointing Kamala, which really gives away the game on how undemocratic they actually are. Number 6, something that the Democrats will seemingly never understand, you have to run on something besides Trump bad. That's not a good enough reason when you guys support like all of the same policies that he supports. But we know the Democrats won't do any self-reflection. They'll blame this on third-party voters, Jill Stein, and maybe Russia. So abandon the Democrats and join the ACP.
That was a good one, wasn't it? What did this thing come from? Sorry, guys. Well, you heard him anyways. Busy throwing wrenches. Oh my gosh, there's so many new faces this morning. Welcome, chat. Make sure you're welcoming everybody. How is Amber? Natalie Williams wants to know how is Amber. Amber did exceptionally well in her race. If the write-in votes had gone to Amber, she would have won. From what I can tell from her race. She was neck and neck with that guy. Of course, Miss Amber King, our sister over in Snohomish County, was running for PUD commissioner. We've actually took a PUD commissioner race over here in Colum County, and it was a glorious day watching him get sworn in, and 18 months later, he died, sadly. So we lost our power at the local utilities. But there, you still can implement change in America. You just have to do it at the local level. And when we say local level, that means get in there with your county commissioners and get in there, at your city meetings and, city politics. These are the county politics. At the county level, you still can affect change. But any higher than that, the LD levels, no, you can't. Same donors, different. Yeah. And, the Democrats, they refuse. They're not ever going to look themselves in the mirror because they are corporate captured. So are the Republicans. Let's hear from The View. You guys knew it was coming. Had to happen. Here it is.
I'm surprised at the result, but I'm not surprised. As a woman of color, I was so hopeful that a mixed race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country. And I think that it had nothing to do with policy. I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country.
Oh, my God. seriously, cultural resentment. 20% of black men turned out and voted for Trump. Only 20. Hispanics voted right down the line for Trump. Good for them. Because, the Democrats think that if they pour in the global South across the southern border, that they're all going to vote for the Democrats. But the fact of the matter is most of the, I won't call them Latinos. I think that's so insulting. They don't like that. They don't call themselves that. Most of the Hispanic vote that came in is conservative. They're Catholics. They were raised that way. They don't believe in late-term abortions. Come on. Democrats are so out of touch for this one, but it doesn't matter. They're just going to make a shit ton of money off of it. Let's hear from Joy Behart. I bet she's losing her shit.
Think critically. Well, it would help if we could regulate social media, because one of the biggest offenders is D.C. and Congress have not been able to do one thing in regard to the rogue corporations.
Not going to get any better with Elon Musk now in the administration. I want.
Oh my God! It was social media. You should have your phone taken away from you. It is your fault because you were on social media. You took it away from Kamala. These guys, and that's the fascist shit, right? They sit there and they tell you that Trump is a fascist when they're blatantly doing fascism in your face. They're censoring speech. When did we see Donald Trump censor speech? I mean, yeah, we had a little bit of censorship when it came to COVID right in the beginning under Trump, right? For misinformation, but that was the Democrats leaning on the social media companies to do that. I don't believe it was Trump. We learned that from the Twitter files, for whatever worth they were. There could have been more info in those Twitter files, but there wasn't. Okay, I think this is some more view. Whoever it is an idiot.
In my humble view, lights out.
Please, welcome back. The next president of the United States.
Aww, I bet you're sad.
I think it's going to be a blowout, actually. I don't think it's going to be a close race. I think there are going to be those Republicans that just vote for Harris.
It'll be tied on Election Day, as always it will. The polls will be tied, and then he'll lose.
You call us trash? Oh, J.D. Vance, you just effed up in a way that I've never seen in my political life, and I worked for Sarah Palin.
Then I would say take Harris over 270 electoral votes. Let these fools in these crypto markets do something. Let them drive the betting line into a favorable place and then take advantage of it. That's what I would do. I think she's going to win.
This month, you wrote Trump is toast. Do you stand behind that today?
Oh, God,
even more so. I feel the same way that I felt a few weeks ago that Trump is toast.
Wow. Michael Moore not looking good. And wasn't he the one that did an actual breakdown in 2016 saying the Democrats better take a hard look at themselves because they brought this upon themselves? But now he don't get it. Yeah, they're just idiots. What idiots? Let's see. Are we on this one? Oh, okay. Here's Don Lemon. Don Lemon's losing his shit. He can't even hold the phone right. This guy is supposed to be a news guy, and he doesn't even know how to do a fucking live stream from his phone.
I'll keep it quick. I'll keep it quick and succinct for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So here is what I have to say. I think that people clutched on to their YT fragility. I think to see a highly educated Black woman was really challenging, and we see that with the rhetoric in terms of she's word salad, she's not educated, all of that is really just designed to denigrate Black women, especially highly educated Black women. And I just think it really comes out of that unconscious bias and confirmation bias. I think a lot of YT people, for whatever reason, they just refuse to see that racism exists, that misogyny exists, and they want to clutch onto that emotional comfort. And unfortunately is going to be their downfall, I believe. So that's all I have to say.
Well, I will say that
Like, he can't even hold the phone up
it's
to his
always
face.
in the always looking for other excuses as well, that it's something other than what it is. Most times, the most obvious answer is the correct answer. And yes, you are right in that. That was a big part of it. I don't believe it was all of it, but we live in a very racist and sexist society. That's the God's honest truth. Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I just don't buy it. I don't buy that it was cis men who came out and destroyed the vote this way. I just don't. I think that, women are 55% of the population of this freaking country. And don't forget that 50% of voters sat home and refused to vote because you gave them nothing to vote for. So to pin this all on men, I'm not denying that we live in a patriarchy. Come on, I'm a woman. I've lived it my whole entire life. But I believe it's getting better. Women are allowed in a hell of a lot more spaces than we were when I was a young woman. And for what good does it do us? We get these women who think they got to pretend like they have bigger balls than men, like Hillary Clinton, and they're bigger warmongers and genociders. I'm not going to blame the men for this. I'm going to blame the Democratic Party's lack of supporting the actual working class, because had they actually supported unions instead of crushing the railroad workers and, the longshoremen, the machinists, they might have had some of the vote that they that sat home. And you can blame it on the people who did vote, like they always freaking do, but it wasn't the men. Okay, so Harris refused to fucking get out there and even talk to her supporters. I think this is the woke one. So let's play this one and then we'll get into her calling Trump up.
We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke.
I don't think it works for you.
And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, woke did not work for her. She thinks that there's a lot more people in the world that are woke than there actually are. And we tried to warn them that doing identity politics inside the Democratic Party was not going to get them anywhere. They always love to say they have a big tent, right? We're a big tent. As long as you fall in line and shut the fuck up, sure, it's a big tent. Just be woke. Woke did not work for her. The kids are even bulking woke. I had my nephew over here the other day. He's like, we went back to school after COVID and everybody was woke. They are not into that. And the pendulum swung way too far when it came to transitioning kids and men in women's sports. There was just, that turned people off. Even people like me who have always been pro-gay rights my whole entire life. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, guys. You guys are going a little crazy overboard with this shit. And that's what voters were turned off to. So woke did not help her. So here is a little bit of her concession speech, which we didn't hear from till yesterday afternoon. She literally went to bed thinking she might have a chance to wake up and be president. And can you imagine, she didn't even address her supporters that turned out at her, campaign headquarter party. She sent her chair out there to tell them, well, she'll talk to you guys tomorrow. They have no respect for you. That is such little respect for you that you did all of that work for her. You gave her all that money, all that time, all that energy, and she can't even show her face the night of the election and tell you, okay, guys, we're going to sit tight till morning. Thank you all so much for being here. No, she couldn't even fucking do that. But here she is yesterday afternoon. She took to the airwaves to tell Donald Trump that she's going to do her best to hand over a smooth transition of power, which I don't believe.
The light of America's promise will always burn bright.
The light of America's promise will always burn bright.
As long as we never give up. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told
Sorry, guys, I got to turn it up as loud as it'll go.
That we will help him and his team with their transition. And that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power.
Okay. I don't know if I'm buying that. I think the Democrats have got something up their sleeves. They're being very, very, very quiet. You know what I'm saying? They're not, you don't see too many of the talking pundits out there losing their shit. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that they're going to go quietly into the night and do a smooth transition of power. Now, let us not forget that Donald Trump has a case that he could go to jail over. The 26th of this month is what they delayed it to. And then don't even rule out the 14th Amendment, Section 3, where they could literally take him to court and say he was part of an insurrection. Therefore, the Constitution says that he cannot be president. So don't think this fight is over and they're just just going to let Trump waltz into the White House. I think the Dems are back in their huddle right now and making their game plan. I am out of touch. Yeah, no, isn't the minorities who white supremacists that are out of touch. Yeah, that's who they'll blame it on. It's funny they're not blaming it on the Jill Stein voters yet, because they wanted to. Oh, check this picture out. So this was at after Trump won. I'm assuming this is at Mar-a-Lago. But guess who's missing from this picture? That would be his wife. Where's his wife? And then you gotta love that Elon and Ash exclamation point is there with Elon. Of course, his kid with Grimes. And that is the future first family again. I wonder where Lady Trump was. I haven't seen Democrats this bad since Republicans freed the slaves. Ooh, that's a burn. That's a burn. So, okay, there's some bad shit that's going to come with Trump, and one of them is this motherfucker, Pompeo. There is a lot of talk that Trump is going to bring back Pompeo. And now Pompeo was one of the worst fucking swamp creature influences ever that was in Trump's ear. Let us not forget it was Pompeo's idea to keep Julian Assange locked up, to try him, to basically buy him from the Ecuadorian president, the newly elected Ecuadorian president. And that is how he ended up in Belmarsh. This guy's a piece of shit. And Donald says he's going to do things different. You better not ask this guy to be in your fucking cabinet. I mean, Mike Pompeo is the worst. Total swamp creature and a warmonger. And mainstream media, 1900s to 2024, lied, cheated till the end. I wish I could believe that, but I believe that there'll be a resurgence of interest from the shit libs into watching MSNBC, into watching CNN, because they can't understand what went wrong, how they were so far off base. How were they so out of touch with every other American? They're going to flood right back into those sheep gates. And this is good for them. What keeps popping up on my screen? It's picking me off. This is good for the Democrats. They will raise a shit ton of money off of this, and this gives them a battle cry for the next 4 years. And I got to tell you, this is a good one. How you sleep knowing you won't have to hear that cackle again. That is a good one. I'm not speaking anymore. Thank God. Thank God she's not speaking anymore. And did you guys get a look at Nancy Pelosi? She's looking a little rough. She was actually fighting with Donna Brazile on the floor of the campaign party for Harris. I should have brought that video. You couldn't hear what they were saying, but you could clearly tell they were fighting. Now, Donna Brazile has actually tried to hold the mirror up to the Democratic Party a little bit, I think, right? When she dropped her book and she admitted to a lot of the rigging against Bernie Sanders and some of the shady shit that they were doing. Not that I trust Donna Brazile, like, as far as I can throw her, right? She's the one who came after Tulsi, and that is why Tulsi left the Democratic Party in 2016. And, well, of course, that and top ramen hair, Debbie Wasserman Schultz. And so they're sad. Oh, so they rolled AOC out. We got a message from Sandy. Now, I have been telling you guys for 3 weeks, I think Sandy's pregnant. Look at her face. She's either pregnant or she's on some major steroids like me. She got the moon face going on.
We are about to enter a political period that will have consequences for the rest of our lives. We cannot give up. We now find ourselves in a time in history that has precedent, and we find ourselves, I believe, in a time where there are, let's say, peers in history of mass movements of people that mobilize to protect one another in times of fascism.
Oh my God, do you support fascists? You stupid fool.
And this is the
You guys were the authoritarian
era that
fascists.
we are poised to enter. Donald Trump has talked about turning the military on U.S. citizens that he deems his
And
domestic
who allowed him to
political
do that?
enemies.
The Democrats wrote that amendment.
Authoritarians and people that he
That's a 3-bottle wine
affiliates
face.
closely with
Sean.
and strongmen abroad. In regimes like that, it is not uncommon to jail political dissidents,
like you guys did,
legislative opponents.
Like Bannon? Like Roger Stone?
This is the world that we
like
very
all the indictments on Trump?
May be entering.
Oh my God, the hypocrisy knows no bounds with these people. Yeah, Sandy's face is looking a little porn star faced, right? She's got the moon face going on like me, but at least I have an excuse for having moon face. Remember, she importantly said it is more important to be morally right than to be factually correct. So always take the moral high ground and just fucking piss on everybody and tell them it's rain. That was gross. Oh, Sandy. So this was Bernie Sanders 2 weeks ago. Listen to what Bernie had to say about Biden 2 weeks ago.
I believe that President Biden in many ways has been the most progressive, pro-worker president since FDR.
Oh, Bernie, you should have just retired. He's the most pro-worker president since FDR. Bernie, you break our hearts. Of course, Bernie won his re-election by a fucking landslide. He got like 76% of the vote or something, you know. Bernie, start doing something with that goddamn power you have instead of bending the knee like you've been doing for the last freaking 10 years. I had to bring you a double. We got you some Fredo and some Maxine Waters. Of course, I brought you a News Nation cream of bullshit. Yeah, Fredo, he's in his prime right now. Let's hear it. Fredo's trying to act like one of us. That's what he does, right? I'm a tough, hard-hitting independent media reporter. No, you are not. But remember, Maxine Waters kept screaming, lock him up. What was that crazy shit? Like, get in their face if you see him in public. But they don't like it when you do that to them. So,
what is the lesson that your party should have learned?
Well, the Democratic Party worked very hard. They worked very hard. They raised, substantial sum of money.
Billions.
We
billions
had great
of billions
candidates.
In 100
and
days.
So Trump had a following, basically generally led by whites. White males voted in big numbers. He had a few from the other race groups that joined in, like the Latinos at 45%, and black men at about the same rate that they did when they voted for him before, at about 20%. That combination won. And so it is not that Democrats did not work hard, did not do a great job. We had an unusual situation where we had a black woman, which this country has never seen before. A combination of all of those things led to his win.
Hey, there's still hope.
I will not push back on the idea that race and sex matter in American politics.
Fredo won't
I think
go
they
there.
do. I don't know that it was the controlling variable, and you don't suggest otherwise. To me, it seemed to be that the Democrats thought Trump stinks is enough. And Senator Bernie Sanders said something that reminded me of you, which is why I wanted you on the show tonight, Maxine, which is Democratic Party used to be, we are all about doing for working people. That's what we do. That's what Mario Cuomo's party, that's what Maxine Waters' party was. You are now seen as not that, even by Bernie Sanders.
Oh my gosh, that was just vomit worthy. Of course, he brought her on to try to set her up so that way he could look like the good guy and say, look, I'm one of you. I support Bernie Sanders and Bernie wants to support the working class and I'm the working class. Fredo, shut up. Go back to your freaking basement or whatever. He was in his basement, right? Yeah, that's right. He was the first one to get COVID. That was just gross. Okay, so we've done that one. Let's this map. I'm making a final prediction, and it is 100% accurate, that the oligarchs won 538 seats. They did. Trump derangement syndrome, BCS. Yes, those are those channels we've been watching. Now here, this was last night. This was in Chicago, protesting down at Trump Tower. I have actually protested at Trump Tower before, and I don't even remember what we were protesting for. See, I mean, I was a Democrat. If somebody said protest, I put on my fucking clothes and went and protested. Oh, it's huge protest.
Donald Trump, you will see! Donald Trump, you will see!
Racist, sexist, anti-gay. Donald Trump, go away. Racist, sexist, anti-gay.
He just like to rhyme.
Donald Trump, go away.
I can't believe I used to think that protesting was actually going to do anything. Because they're changing anything with this shit. So cringe. So cringe, Ginny Lynn. So cringe. These people have such a derangement syndrome. They love to call, they have Trump derangement syndrome. 100% they are fucking deranged, thinking that this is going to change anything. The hypocrisy is just insane. So when can we start burning things again? The Democrats, be patient. Because, of course, Antifa will be back and hitting it hard, as we know. Right? And in the beginning, I was an Antifa supporter. I'm an anti-fascist. I don't want no fascism. But Donald Trump wasn't the fascist. The Democrats were the fascists. It was the anti-fascists that are the fascists. Wake up and smell it, man. Smell the napalm in the morning and the sulfur freaking, ammunitions that they're dropping all across the Middle East. They are the fascists. They are the ones that are censoring and wanting to control social media and running these kangaroo courts and throwing their political allies in prison, or, their political opponents in prison. They are the fascists. So sure, I support anti-fascism, but not the Democrats manufactured anti-fascists. So I guess that's where I woke up to the difference between the two. And speaking of that, this was Portland last night. The fascist anti-fascists came back out for a little spin. Listen to these cops, though.
Do not interfere with the police while they're making arrests. If you interfere with the police, you'll be arrested. Move away. We encourage you to film. We encourage you to film. We just ask you that you give the officers some safe working.
We ask you to give the officers, yes. Come on, protesters, be peaceful and back up.
We just want you to give them some space.
I like the smell of diesel fuel in the morning.
Standing on top of the police is not a safe working environment.
Standing on top of the police is not a safe working environment. Please desist.
We want you to film. Please give the officers space while they're doing their job. Our intent here is to get
I don't even see people protesting. I just see cops like piling on each other. Where's the protesters?
The only way we're going to interfere is if criminal acts are committed, or if you interfere with the police taking action.
Was there one person down there, one anti-fascist that they're jumping on?
Is to make sure that this is a safe event for everybody and keep the streets clear.
I just see cops. Okay, maybe some of those people dressed in black right there are the anti-fascist fascists. And that's what I'm going to keep calling them, the anti-fascist fascists. Because that's what they are. You guys literally support fucking Nazis in Ukraine. That's fascism.
Get back to Blackwood, motherfuckers!
First time in 4 years that we've seen Antifa. Yeah, Antifa's back.
The would kill you if we had the chance. Get the fuck out of here, pigs! Go fucking die! And guess what?
But they're the peaceful ones, right? The Proud Boys are so scary compared to these guys.
Without interfering with them doing their job. It was our intent to have a safe, peaceful First Amendment event. However, there were criminal acts that were committed within the crowd. We'd like to return to a First Amendment event without any criminal act. So
whoever this guy on the mic is very calm, man. He's had some de-escalation training. That's all we ask of our cops, right? Little de-escalation training. You don't have to pig pile and beat the crap out of people and mace them. Yeah. Antifa, anti-Tifa fascists are back, and we'll keep an eye on them. We'll see if Uncle Soros drops off any more bricks for him. Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas herself got dusted off because she's very upset. Trumpy called her name, so she's going to hate Trump for the rest of her life. And let's see. I need to change my screen a little bit so I can read this meme, but let's listen to Elizabeth.
I will not ask you to look for any silver linings. I will not ask you to feel anything but grief right now.
Oh, you can
Donald
have grief.
Trump won the election, and the consequences will be
it's so
real
quiet.
and devastating. But I'm reminding myself and you that on the road ahead, there will still be opportunities to fight back. I can't tell you that we will win all of those fights. I can't tell you that we will win most or even any of them. But when we arrive at each of those moments, we will face a choice to give up or to press forward. The far right wants us to feel powerless. Extremists are counting on apathy, cynicism, heartbreak, or all of the above as their rocket fuel. They are counting on us to point fingers at each other and to lose trust in our ability to ever make change. I absolutely refuse to give them that satisfaction. We will continue to fight for each other. Look, 8 years ago, in the dark days, when Republicans took full
the dark
power
days.
in
We were back in the
Washington,
dark
I
days.
thought the Affordable Care Act would be gone with the snap of a finger.
She's such a snake.
But the American people rose up. Activists like the late, amazing Adi Barkan and countless others put their bodies on the line. Quite
Bitch, I put my
literally.
body on the line
They
for
made
freedom
their
every
voices
fucking day.
heard. They saved
And it ain't fake
healthcare
manufactured shit.
for millions of families, and they paved the way for us to expand healthcare in the past few years.
Well, they're going to take Obamacare because it's so
The grassroots
good.
movement against far-right control took back the House in 2018 and the White House in 2020 and the Senate in 2021. Don't let anyone tell you
It goes
that
to
those
Peanuts
victories
here. Yeah, it
didn't
goes to
make
Peanut.
a real difference.
Get you rich.
More people could afford to go to the doctor and fill a prescription. More people could go to work. More parents could afford
Peanuts
to
a
put
mod.
food on the table for their kids and buy new coats for them in the winter. Lives were saved. As the far right works to roll back what we've achieved, they'll hope that we don't have the stomach
What have you
to push
achieved?
back
The
anymore.
CHIP Act?
But we can choose
Inflation Reduction
to prove
Act?
them wrong.
Come on. None of that shit worked.
We need each other. We take care of each other.
You got Bailey.
And please,
and beer.
Take care of yourself. Take the time you need right now to be angry, hurt, confused.
I can't take any more of that shit. We're going to cut it. Sorry, guys. I can't do a full 4 minutes of Elizabeth Warren. That will make me want to vomit this morning. Any government that wages psychological warfare on its own citizens has declared itself an enemy of the people. Abso-fucking-lutely. They are an enemy of the people. So I had to bring in Hollywood, go fuck yourself a little early because we have to talk about all of these Hollywood endorsements that went out for Harris, right? Were they thinking they were going to get a pardon? Maybe if they got caught up in the P. Diddy scandal? Kind of seemed that way to me. So I want to know, did they leave yet? Are they going to Canada? PSA, please don't fly on November 6th. We need to keep the seats open for all the celebrities who want to leave the country. Any celebrities yet? Nope, not a single one. Remember, they were all going to move to Canada. So FYI, you are irrelevant. Yeah, all of them. I mean, Bruce Springsteen, Jennifer Lopez, Oprah, George Clooney, Taylor Swift, Robert Downey Jr., Beyonce, Ben Stiller, you got Samuel L. Jackson in there, Jennifer Lawrence. These are all the people that they paraded out on stage over the last 2 weeks to tell you from their penthouses and their gated communities to vote for Democratic Harris. And they thought that they had some kind of fucking influence on us. We see you people as the sick, twisted fucking perverts that you are. And we have for the last 5 years. Nobody's listening to any advice from these people. So when are you leaving? Do you need help? Do you know directions to the airport? Bye, bitch. Bye, Felicia. Robert De Niro's got to be one of the worst, though. He was one of the worst.
Nothing at all. Nothing redeemable in him. And we have to, and whoever the people are who want to vote for him, and there look like intelligent people around there. Somebody, for some reason, it can't be. It cannot be. If he wins the election, you won't be on the show anymore. He'll come looking for me. There'll be
such exaggeration.
Things that happen that none of us can imagine.
They're going to lock us in camps. You guys need re-education camps like you were suggesting for the MAGAs.
Which is what he says. Let's believe him. Take him at his word.
I did from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, I said from the very beginning, this guy is never going to.
Oh my God! Why don't you go get another prostitute, Bill Maher?
You
guys saw that video I brought of him or that woman who
lost the last election.
Did a date
and
with him?
He advertises that he will go on. He says he's been cheated out of one term. So maybe we should get rid of the only the president only gets 2 terms thing.
That was just gross. And Billy Maher, these people, why are they not ran out of town? Back in the day, if you got caught hooking up with prostitutes, you were done. Your show got pulled. It was over. But nowadays, it's not a big deal. Look, he's supporting sex workers. That's a good thing. Robert De Niro is a fear-mongering fucking moron. And he has some CIA ties. Most of Hollywood does. I've been telling you this for years. What better way to get information on a foreign country than to send in a super megastar from Hollywood, right? Even Kim Jong-un loves the Hollywood stars. So, yeah, they're all freaking Paid ops. Taylor Swift writing a new song about picking the wrong person again. Yeah, she did. She's 0-0, man. She can't get them. And J-Lo storms out of autograph signing after fan asks direct questions about Diddy. That's too funny. A lot of shit coming down about those videos, man. It was kind of quiet yesterday from the election, but I'm sure we're going to be getting some new updates on the Diddy situation, which should be fun. That'll be our next Amber Heard type of case. And you guys know I will be on top of it. I already am. And if we got to do every day of court with Diddy, we will. I can't agree more than I do with Last American Vagabond, Ryan Christian. Make sure you're following his podcast. You can find him all over the place. It says, 8 years after Hillary lost to Trump, Kamala Harris manages to probably do it again by recycling Clinton's failed strategy of courting Republicans, out-hawking Trump amidst Democratic-sponsored genocide she refused to budge on. Now, that is so fucking true. Them pulling out the Cheneys. Come on, do they forget that the Democrats, the big tent Democrats, hated Dick Cheney? He's the biggest warmonger next to these assholes ever. The stupidity is almost unbelievable until you remember imperialism always comes first, even if it means losing. And Ryan says everyone really needs to consider that this was not stupidity at all, but engineered plan to drive another Trump presidency for the interests of long-term government agenda. Now, what could that agenda be? That agenda is going to be the track trace system. Now, we've been warning you about it. Whitney Webb has been warning you about it for years now. And Trump's going to implement a biometric at the border. And once it's at the border, then, hey, we can all use it and we'll all have our digital IDs. And he's got Elon on board with his American version of WeChat, which is going to be the app for everything, right? Your banking's going to go through there. Your licensings are going to go through there. Your credit scores are going to go through there. Your social credit score is going to go through there. So they got Trump right where they want him, and they know what they're going to do. Because a lot of times the Democrats can't roll this shit out. It has to be the Republicans. Now, they do it vice versa. They play these back and forth games, guys. We know they do. How many times? Look at what the Clintons managed to do. Doing away with the Telecommunication Act of 96. Look at what Obama did with habeas corpus. I mean, we got the bad guys, they switch from frickin' term to term. So they will use Trump to roll out the track trace system on us, and they're going to do it under the guise of securing the southern border. And you heard it here first, actually. You heard it from Whitney Webb first and Ryan Christian. So if you want the real truth of what's going on, those are the people you need to be listening to. I'm not sure who this guy is, but I think he's got an interesting take on the election.
Okay, so now that Trump has won the election, we can kind of move on from all of that and look at what's really happening in terms of psyops, propaganda influences on the people. The biggest one right now, and for a long time, decades, the biggest one is somehow the clash of civilizations, somehow that Islam against Christianity. Now, this is all manufactured. This isn't true. You know, I travel a lot. I know a lot of people. I go to Islamic countries. I've got a lot of people I know there. I've got a lot of Christian friends. It's not true. There is no clash of civilization of Islam versus Christianity. This is manufactured by people who benefit from Muslim fighting Christians. You have to see through it and stop believing that any of that is true, because it simply isn't. This is the biggest psyop right now. Let's wake up to it. Thanks.
Oh, I agree with this guy. I totally agreed with what he had to say. I don't, I've had a podcaster from Russia reach out to me. I've had a podcaster from Tehran, Iran reach out to me. People are people. People are people. We all have the same loves of our children, the same wants to be healthy and happy. And I don't believe that all 2-year-olds born in Palestine have got a freaking AK-47 in their hands wanting to kill Americans like Mayor Giuliani said the other day, right, at that Trump rally last week. Oh, my God, that was so gross. Let's see. We are controlled by the same puppet master. Yes, you absolutely are. Let's hear what Dumpy had to say. Come on, play, Dumpy.
I would fix that within 24 hours. And if I win, before I get into the office, I will have that war settled. 100% sure. As president-elect, if I win this election, the first thing I'm going to do is call up Zelensky and call up President Putin, and I'm going to say, you got to make a deal. This is crazy.
Okay, are we going to see it happen? Do you think that he's going to do that? Are we actually going to get him to shut down the Ukraine war? He said he was going to do it before he even got into office. So TikTok, motherfucker, TikTok, get those Americans and get our weapons out of that fucking Nazi goddamn war. Because that's exactly what it is. It's a NATO-based war. Trump knows that. And this was not Putin invading Ukraine. Bullshit. This was NATO crawling up Putin's fucking ass and them getting a little bit too, uncomfortable. You guys are getting too close for comfort and snapping back. And yeah, there was more to that. There's definitely a lot of freaking Nazis that are fighting, and we give them weapons and have for the last, 2 fucking years now. So Trump, you better stick to your word, man. We're going to be, what is he got a new slogan? Like, he's going to honor every promise. That's right. There's a new website. I was going to bring it to you guys. I'll find it again. There's a website that you can go on and suggest things to Donald Trump to implement. So like do away with mRNA, do away with this, do away with that, and so we shall see. Trump, we are watching. Are you going to do what you promised on the campaign trail? Probably not. So Elon, Mr. DARPA boy himself, is now in power. Oh, and the Dems are scared, right? They're all crying. We gotta deport him. We gotta stop him. We gotta take all of his money. Well, you guys should have thought of that before you gave him all that money. Because where do you think he got all that fucking money? He got it from you. He is DARPA boy. The military-industrial complex has completely 100% sponsored this guy. Just because Starlink's up there doesn't mean that it was built for you and I. Starlink was actually blackjack, which is a military application to be used during war. And they don't like that they can't tell him what to do, and he won't listen, right? Like, the Democrats are trying to say that Putin reached out to Elon and told him not to turn on the Starlink over Taiwan so that way China could get military secrets from us. Oh, yeah. So now he's interfering in, war.
I think part of why Kamala's getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Oh, we hope so.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman?
So what do you think of that? Do you think that a lot of these celebrities and people that supported Harris, like say all the shit libs, so they were scared of the Diddy thing coming out, and what about the Epstein list? Are, these big mega donors that got behind her? She raised billions of dollars in 100 days and spent it all. And spend every fucking dime of it. Can you imagine the things we could have affected in the United States with that type of money? We could have cleaned up the water in Flint once and for fucking all. We could have gave water to New Mexico, which New Mexico, what the hell's wrong with you people voting fucking blue? The blues don't do shit for you. Do you got water in your towns? There is totally dry towns in New Mexico right now that have absolutely no water. They have to bring in the water. We see that in Arizona too. But come on. We're never going to see the Epstein client list. If we were going to, we would have seen it years ago. There's too many powerful players on that list, just like there's too many powerful players on the Diddy list. Homeland Security did not go into Diddy's house in order to gather up evidence to take him down. They went into his house to protect the oligarchs that got their asses caught on tape drunk and sexing it up in some way that they shouldn't have. That is the reality of those stupid frickin' lists. It's never going to happen. I like this one. Norman Finkelstein says there is no peace process. There never has been a peace process. There has been an annexation process by Israel that uses the peace process as a fascist or a facade or a fig leaf to cover the annexation process. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Norman Finkelstein, one of the world's foremost experts on what's going on in the Midwest or in the Middle East. And let's see. And the results are in. Israel wins 538. Exactly. AIPAC won. AIPAC bought our election. Either way, AIPAC was going to win, right? They had Harris and then they had Trump. They were going to win either fucking way. How much money did AIPAC put into our elections? A lot. I heard somebody yelling. Maybe I'm just hearing noises. I get ringing in my ears really bad now from the chemo. Kirby's out. It's so good to see some of these asshats going bye-bye, right? Oh my God, the State Department. I can't wait for that to get reset. We can't wait for all the new speakers to come out. Who do you think Trump will pick as his spokesperson? What is it? It's escaping me right now, but yeah, we're going to get rid of this whole class of people. Let's check out what Kirby had to say.
The humanitarian situation in Gaza. Name me one more nation, any other nation, that's doing as much as the United States to alleviate the pain and suffering of the people of Gaza.
Are you kidding?
You just can't. The United States, through President Biden, is leading the effort
Lebanon,
to get trucks,
Iran,
food, water,
Syria,
medicine, and fuel into
Syria.
the people of Gaza.
Should I keep going?
Name another nation. Name
Russia.
another nation that's doing as more than the United States to get hostages out or to get people, foreign nationals out of Gaza. You can't do it. And name another nation.
This guy's an idiot.
That is doing more.
I know it's quiet. I've got it crank.
Urge our Israeli counterparts, to be as cautious and deliberate as they can be in the prosecution of their military operations. You can't. The United States is at the forefront of this. Now,
Okay, so Kirby's basically trying to tell you that at the same time that we're simultaneously bombing these people with our bombs that are made here in the United States and then, it's just given to Israel, that we're doing all we can for the plight of the Palestinian refugees that are trapped in an open-air concentration camp. Shut the fuck up, bitch. We will be so glad to see him go and him go. Of course, Matt Miller from the State Department spokesperson, we call him Count Chocula, Murder Chocula. He's got all kinds of names. Bye. Let's just hope Trump doesn't staff these places with worse swamp creatures than what we're looking at, what we've dealt with. Of course, Jean-Pierre will be bye-bye, finally, thank God. Nobody can lie with a straighter face than maybe Jensaki. Oh, here's Shmuley. Of course, Shmuley's on Cloud 9 because Shmuley supported Trump. You guys know that, right? Yeah. Ugh, so gross.
A year ago this time, October 7th, God hid completely. On a day that 1,200 Jews and non-Jews and Muslims and Thai workers were slaughtered by Hamas. Tonight, God has ceased hiding because the most pro-Israel president in American history is guaranteed, God willing, to make a historic comeback and reoccupy the Oval Office. We have seen for 1 year how America's elite universities have been overtaken by pro-terrorist thugs and terrorized Jewish students, making them feel like they have no home in the United States. We have witnessed Israel condemned in the United Nations 1 mile from here by the EU. We've witnessed global tsunami of Jew hatred. And now the most powerful man on earth will once again be the most pro-Israel president in history. We're tired of the threats of the United States to disarm Israel. That's even tired of that. I'm glad he said that. We're tired. We are. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you for respecting my right to free
That's
speech.
New York for
Thank
you. Shut the fuck up.
We're tired of people silencing us.
Oh, you're so silent, Shmuley. Why don't you take that butt plug and put it in your fucking mouth?
By AOC, by Rashida Tlaib.
Oh, they're bad.
By
They're
Bernie
evil.
Sanders.
They're stupid.
We're tired of the only democracy in the Middle East being libeled.
Bernie is
false allegations of genocide, which is a freaking lie.
How drunk is he?
And Trump has always stood by the
Now
Jewish
remember, this is
people.
RFK Jr.'s
Why God
best
hides
friend.
in history? Where was he in the 12 years
Or
of the Holocaust?
Handler,
I
one
ask
of the
that
two.
question every day. Where was he October 7th? I ask that question every day. I have 2 sons fighting the IDF to make sure the Hezbollah, Hamas, Iran, the regime of Iran, monsters, savages, barbarians are defeated.
But you think it's
One
okay
thing
to
I
rape
now
and
know
kill children?
is that we're going to have a phenomenal...
We can't do another 5 minutes of this crap. Oh my God, that just makes me want to puke. He is such a slimy little piece of shit. He's an APEC handler. Of course, he's RFK Jr.'s best friend and handler. And he's just never going to go away. Didn't matter whose side won. We were not getting rid of Shmuley, and that sucks. Goodbye. That's all we want to say is goodbye. Fee says, let's hear what Fee has to say. Is this on Puerto Rico? I can't remember what this is, but your sister Fee is doing amazing work. Please go follow Fee. Fiorella Isabel, of course, she is an RT correspondent, and she has been our friend from the Convo Couch for many years. She's out there doing amazing spots, amazing interviews, and telling the truth about the global politics as a whole. As an American without rose-colored glasses on, and she brings good information. Play. Come on, play.
Let's not forget that Puerto Rico is treated as a U.S. colony with no power, fiscal autonomy, or electoral votes. During the Obama administration, he appointed 7 individuals to the Financial Oversight and Management Board for the island. The board was established by the Puerto Rico Oversight Management and Economic Stability Act, PROMESA. What that did was basically shift power and decision-making from Puerto Rico's local government to the federal government via the Federal Oversight Board, where only one of the seats was reserved for someone who actually lived or worked in Puerto Rico, where none of their government are allowed to serve. Essentially, Puerto Rico is experiencing full-on colonialism, and many have pointed out that this is what Cuba would look like if it had actually given in to the sanctions and 60-year-plus blockade that the United States has imposed on it in order to, of course, destroy it economically and attempt to take over its government. Puerto Rico is also a victim of what's called disaster capitalism, meaning that after hurricanes, destruction, or any sort of devastation, the very rich and powerful come and use that destruction to buy cheap property for them that only they can afford, therefore, of course, ousting the indigenous population that has inhabited the island for centuries. That population is outpriced and pushed out, not just from their own homes, but also in order for these rich investors to create more hotels and resorts and expensive housing for people like them. So surprised. Many people were extremely upset that Ocasio-Cortez tried to use the very real struggles of Puerto Rican people, their desire for independence and sovereignty, as PR for the Harris campaign. A candidate from a party that has done so much to ruin Puerto Rico's economy. It's insulting, especially because AOC is Puerto Rican. The once promising AOC that many had hoped would be a genuine anti-establishment politician has 100% fallen off the mantle, crashed, and exposed herself as another warmonger.
Yes, she has.
Hungry and desperate for power and standing with the claws of the empire to achieve it.
Good job, Fee. Absolutely. Puerto Rico is a colony of the United States. We are colonizers. That's what we have always been in this country. And we continue to support colonizing, even if it means that we got to genocide a whole entire people. Don't forget the Congo. We are fucking genociding the Congo, and nobody even talks about it because, hey, they got stuff we need. Moving on. Let's see. What do we got here? Amazon is on the cusp of becoming the first $1 trillion company ever. Amazon also pays 0 federal taxes. Oh, this is 2017. First trillion company doesn't pay taxes. His employees are on welfare. Tell us more about the poor are cheating the system. And congratulations to Maine voters. Maine just voted to get dark money out of politics by 74%. Great fucking job, because that's where it starts. We ever want to reclaim our democracy? Come on, we're a constitutional republic, but we got to get dark money out of our elections. We've been saying this forever, and we have to have agencies like APEC register as a foreign agent, because they are. We all know it. Okay, Robert F. Kennedy, now that he's in power, right? And I know a lot of progressives that voted for Trump because RFK Jr. was on the backside of that ticket somewhere. Well, is he already backpedaling? Kind of sounds like it. Let's check him out. Come on. I don't like this new format.
Hey, everybody. Here I am in Sherwood, Connecticut, on Sherwood Island. There's a little woodchuck hall. Shirley Troubadour asked a question about why Gates and China are being allowed to buy up all the farmland in our country. And I'm going to tell you something that I had an experience with. I spent many years, about 20 years, suing the factory farms, the big hog farms, and the big chicken producers like Tyson and Bo Pilgrim and Frank Perdue. But Smithfield Foods was the biggest pork producer. And Smithfield came into the state of North Carolina. They built a slaughterhouse that could process 30,000 pigs a day. And then they had a partner named Wendell Murphy, who was in the state Senate, and he passed 28 laws in the North Carolina State Senate making it illegal to sue a factory farm. He left and went into partnership with Smithfield, created a way to raise pigs, instead of raising them on farms, to raise them in warehouses called Murphy 1100s. And they dropped the price of pork from 60 cents a pound to 2 cents a pound. It put out of business all 28,000 independent hog farmers in the state of North Carolina, and it replaced them with 2,200
Oh, sorry, guys. Okay, well, why does China get to own up all of our property? Well, because you know what? In industrial farming, that is why. And you want to blame us useless eaters when it's actually these conglomerate corporations that are coming together and distilling our agriculture. They're going to make it illegal for you to even grow a farm on your own land anymore. So China shouldn't own a single acre of American farmland. No, they absolutely not. Sorry, I'm trying to get used to this new format. I don't like it. You guys know I normally use the slide deck scroll, and my computer hasn't been processing the thumbnails. I guess I need a stronger graphics card. So we are trying to do a capture in a different way, which means I have to trigger them to play in a different way, which is a pain in the ass. 1970 to 2020, 1,312 athletes suffered from cardiac arrest. 2021 through 2022, 1,598 athletes suffered from cardiac arrest and died. It always look at the numbers until the numbers no longer fit their narrative. Absolutely. And Department of Health 2020, Department of Health 2024. I mean, I am glad that Bobby will be there. I'm hoping that he gets Department of Health secretary. I do believe that he understands the ways we are being poisoned. He has done amazing things in his life to fight back against, the corruption of the EPA and our waterways. And it's a little crumb, right? They threw us a crumb with this one. So let's hope he can keep his word. So fluoride has been a topic of conversation since we saw the fluoride lawsuit, be supported. And yeah, it was judged that fluoride is bad for you. We've been trying to tell people for fucking years. I've been on the anti-fluoride bandwagon since 2000. And, get it out of our water. It calcifies your pineal gland. It does so much to your body. It's a nuclear waste byproduct that some asshole back in the 40s and 50s thought, hey, let's make some money off this shit. It looks cool and we can kill rats with it. It's rat poison. And we've been putting it into our bodies and feeding it to our kids via our waterways for the last 40 years. Well, this is what RFK Jr. is going to say to those agencies that are putting fluoride in the water.
I think fluoride is on the way out because of that court decision. I think the faster that it goes out, the better. I'm not going to compel anybody to take it out, but I'm not going to do anything. The water districts about their legal liability, their legal obligation to their service zones and to their constituents, and I'm going to give them good information about the science, and I think that fluoride will disappear.
So he's not going to mandate that they do anything. He's going to do the Hillary Clinton, you guys knock that out, right? Remember when she told the Wall Street bankers, well, I'll tell the Wall Street bankers to cut it out. So basically that's RFK Jr. kind of backpedaling a little bit on his promise to go after fluoride and pull it out of our water systems. But are we shocked? No, I'm not shocked. They're politicians. This is what politicians do. Yep, that's the right slide. Let's see. Update. Australia is set to ban social media for children under the age of 16. What do you guys think? You think that's a good idea? I do. I mean, most kids can't get on a lot of these platforms. Like even Facebook, you're supposed to be 18, so you have to have parental supervision to be on these. But my granddaughter loves YouTube, and I try to keep her on YouTube Kids, but kids are smart. They're smarter than us when it comes to tech. They know how to get around this shit. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Good idea or a bad idea? I think we should just ban it altogether. Nobody should get no damn social media. It's ruined this country. Conspiracy Corner. Let's see what's in the Conspiracy Corner for today. Let's see. All of the things that were conspiracies. Hunter's laptop. We told you on day fucking 1 that Hunter's laptop was real because Oz and I went and got on Chinese servers and watched it, and we verified that actually was Hunter Biden getting those lob jobs. Let's see. mRNA harm. Yes, we absolutely took 5 strikes during COVID for that, for telling you the truth. Pandemic, we took a strike for that. Lockdowns, we got in trouble for that one. Ivermectin, hydroxyquin. Let's see, face mask useless. Yep. Censorship on social media. We've been telling you guys we've been censored since 2018 for sure. Epstein Island. Yeah, you guys told us that we were crazy for that one, the whole Pizzagate thing. Biolabs in Ukraine. I remember I was really covering the biolabs in Ukraine and the trafficking, the organ harvesting. Oh, I was a crazy conspiracy theorist. Child trafficking. Yes, there's 350,000 American children go missing every year, but there's no trafficking going on here. Russiagate. We told you from day one Russiagate wasn't real, and the reason we knew it wasn't real is there was a download speed. The information was downloaded from inside the building. It wasn't hacked into by Russia. It was impossible for Russia to hack into. But the Steele dossier that the Hillary Clinton campaign paid for, it said different, right? And Ukrainian corruption. We've been telling you that from day one too. So I don't always say I told you so, but when I do, it's because I told you so. It's true. It's true. We've got a pretty goddamn good track record here at Roar Media, and I'm very proud of it. The Trailer Park Pundit, Beauty and the Boomer, The Dive, all of the shows we've done over the years, we are spot on. Well, we don't bring it to you if we can't fucking verify it, and it has to be a hard source. I mean, sometimes we'll bring something funny, but we'll tell you guys right off the bat, we can't verify this. We don't know if it's real. So you want memes? You can't handle memes. Okay, we must be getting to Meme Alley. Which means I'm closer to go to radiation. I could pass. Okay, Meme Alley, let's do it. If you don't shape your own mind, the system will gladly shape it for you. Aw, the heads of my enemies. That is true. Welcome to Canada. Why do they all look like that? Did you guys see every single video yesterday of a lib losing their shit? They had piercings hanging out of their faces and they had blue hair. What the hell was that about? They strive to be individual, but they all look alike. It blows my mind. And of course, BlackRock investors. That's who won this week. Yes, BlackRock is happy, alive, and well. And we want a better economy. No war and less government waste. They're racist, sexist, uneducated, Nazi garbage. Yeah, this is the vote according to MSM. Yeah, stop watching MSM. It's rotting your brains out. It's the worst drug on the market. And fuck cleaning this bullshit. I'm too high. I wish. I had to quit smoking pot. You guys know. I do miss it. I really do. Sometimes I feel lost, like I don't have my pipe, my lighter. What's going on here? I have been marked safe from thinking some elite puppet is here to save humanity. Yeah, the only people who are going to save humanity is going to be you and I in mutual aid and taking care of each other. That's the only thing that's going to save humanity. And has anybody ever watched this show, Yellowstone? It keeps showing up in my feed like it's something I might like. Let me know if I'll like it. We live in a generation of emotionally weak people. Everything has to be watered down because it's offensive, including the truth. Oh, so true. So true. So gross. I thought this one was funny. Check it out. Talking about going back to the handmaiden times. Victorian era birth control was kind of harsh. The villain still pursues her. Yeah, remember when they thought Snorks brought kids? I just thought that was hilarious. Too funny. And my haters looking at my page right now. Oh, yes, I know. You guys have probably been deleting and blocking people off your pages as much as I have been this week. It has been crazy. I had somebody come after me for aluminum yesterday. I put up some anti-aluminum posts, because aluminum causes Alzheimer's. There's plenty of studies out there that prove it. And this guy was like, oh my God, no, aluminum's great for you. Blah, like, what the fuck? Well, sure, we'll ship you all the aluminum. You ingest it. Like, so stupid. The things that the cogs will defend just crack me up. Only a fool believes that electricity used for air conditioner harms the planet, but electricity used to charge a Tesla does not. Oh, Confucia is always so smart. And product reliability. This 80-year-old solar clothes dryer still works. Come on, Grandma had one in the jar. You know it. My grandma did. All my grandmas had one of those. Best way to dry your clothes in the summertime. And let's see, what is this one? Bottled water companies don't produce water. They produce plastic bottles. That's absolutely right. But, it's our fault that they have to do that. My anxiety beginning to disappear when I realize that life can go on just fine without everything being the way I think it should be. That's a good one. That is, right? Life doesn't have to be how we think it should be, because it's all about perception at the end of the day. And I didn't bring you a Bławski this morning. We all place ourselves in danger to one degree or another when we stand up. However, we place our children and grandchildren in even greater danger when we do not. And that is why I'm in this fight. You guys know it. I got in this fight for my grandkids. And I know you guys are in the fight to leave a better world for everybody, because that's what we all want. We want a better world. We infight with each other, and we're so duped and you know, just brainwashed as to what the problem actually is. But if you stop and you step back, you can see what the problem is. It's big business. It's big agriculture. It's big corporations. They're the ones polluting the skies and, you know, fucking up the carbon footprints. And they want to roll it all downhill onto us. So just fight back. Know that a Green New Deal it's a handout to corporations. Putting carbon taxes on you is not going to fix the fucking environment and make the CO2s any lower. At all. Bill Gates running around in his jet saying, but I bought carbon offsets. Fuck you. That didn't clean the air. No, but it's our fault. We can't have cows anymore because of it, right? And stop building spaceships to Mars and just plant some damn trees. Yeah, Mars is not going to save us at all. I listened to a crazy podcast last night about how there's supposed to have been some Mars missions that happened after they shut down the Apollo program in like 60 or in 73. Have you guys heard this crazy conspiracy? I'll have to bring it to you one of these days. Kind of mind-blowing. There's actually even pictures that were supposedly taken. And there's a couple of interviews with a few of the astronauts where they actually slip and say that they were on Mars. So is it true? Did we go to Mars already? I don't know. It seems kind of weird. And let's see. What's the problem with the world? You have severed your connection with the spirit. That's right. Get out there, get grounded. Take your shoes off, put your feet in the dirt, play in the garden, play in the water. You just got to get grounded again. And for those who still wash dishes by hand, I salute you. I do salute you. We are the Tetris masters. We don't have one of those fancy. I've had a couple of dishwashers. When it's two of us, I don't need it, It was great when I had kids, but now it's just a pain in the ass. Half my dishes sit in the dishwasher because it's not full. And so I just do them by hand. It's just easier to do them by hand now. Besides, it saves money, right? I'm saving the environment. People think you're crazy when you become wiser and more informed, not because you're crazy, but because their illusion is threatened. Absolutely 100%. You threaten the illusion, then they come for you. Our problems stem from an acceptance of the filthy, rotten system. Yeah, stop accepting this filthy, rotten system. And just because Trump's ahead of it now doesn't mean it's going to get better. And if you want to help me out, because I'm not sponsored by Pfizer, I'm going to give you guys all the links that you could donate to. This is just a reminder.
Is brought to you by Pfizer.
I am not brought to you by
Watch
Pfizer.
Sponsored by Pfizer. Anderson Cooper 360. Brought to you by Pfizer.
ABC News Nightline. Brought to you by Pfizer. Making a difference. Brought to you by Pfizer.
CNN Tonight. Brought to you by Pfizer. Early Start. Brought to you by Pfizer. Friday night on Aaron Burnett Out Front. Brought to you by Pfizer.
This Week with George Stephanopoulos is brought to you by Pfizer.
This weather report brought to you by Pfizer.
Today's countdown to the royal wedding is brought to you by Pfizer.
And now a CBS Sports Update brought to you by
We wonder
Pfizer.
who's in
Meet
control.
the Press Data Download. Brought to you by Pfizer.
This portion of CBS This Morning sponsored by Pfizer.
On how to find the hidden sugars in the American family diet. Sponsored by Pfizer.
So you guys know that it is being reported that many are going to need boosters come this spring. Oh, yes, it's already been put out there by the CDC. And they have added it to the scheduled vaccines for children. That's right, because it works so well. Let's give it to our kids. Don't forget that nearly half of Democrats supported putting unvaccinated Americans in camp. Yeah, these are the same people that wanted re-education camps for the Trump people, too. But they're not fascists. They're not fascists at all. If you guys want to help me out with the GoFundMe, the links are in the description below. You guys can see I got moon face going on today. I don't look and feel like my normal self, but I'm trying very much to. I call this my Barbara Eden. It looks like a Barbara Eden wig. Wigs are itchy and scratchy. I don't really care for them, but It's what I got to do to survive, and that's what I'm going to do. And I have had an amazing support system in you guys, and I can't thank you guys enough. You're helping me get through this. And, you know, everybody's like, don't overdo it. Why are you doing a show? Why are you doing a show? Because it gives me something to do. I can't just lay here and do nothing and, you know, do the bare minimum. I have to live my life. I cannot let this cancer win. I can't let it take my life, my career, my happiness. And my happiness is sitting here talking with you guys. We love to talk smack in the trailer park, and I live for it. So I'm just going to keep doing it. I don't, if I got to sit here with, you know, a bald head, I will. And fortunately, I've got a couple of wigs, so I'm good. Thank you guys. And my face swelling will go down in a couple days. You guys, I've been getting hit with chemo really hard this week. I just did three days of chemo the last 3 days, and then I've been getting radiation on top of it, and then I'll be doing radiation 5 days a week till New Year's. Can you imagine that? 5 days a week till New Year's. I got to go get blasted. And you can see my skin's red. That's from them. They literally are burning me from the inside out. And so I have to put special cream on, and I look really sunburned. You can see the two-tone difference. So yeah, my body is changing, and it feels like a stranger's body, but I'm still here, and I'm still here with you guys, and we're going to keep doing this. If you want to help me out, there is my Vimo Cash app, you know, all of the different ones, the PayPals, or you can get you guys some Joey's coffee for Christmas. We love the Joey's coffee. Okay, we are out of here. Holy crap, I'm actually on time this morning. Whew, I don't know how I did that, but we did it. Jilly, thank you so much. Jilly Love, our mod Marvin, always sending me great stuff. I think some of that stuff I brought up on the deck Jilly gave me. Grapentine, Popeye, good to see ya. Hey, the Maverick, I need to throw you a wrench. You're new here. I threw so many wrenches today. Welcome to all of our new people. I love it. I love new faces. Make sure that you're hitting the subscribe button, because they love to unsubscribe you over on the YouTube, but you have got a wrench, a Ducket, the Maverick. Aha. And let's see, I'll just use this one. I got multiple chats up right now. So Popeye, Grapentine, Chili, I got you. The Maverick got you. Who else is in here? Driving Miss Macy, thanks for joining me. The Quantum Alchemist, good to see you. You get your 18th booster. Lawrence Fine, good morning. How are you? And God, there's so many of you guys that have stopped by this morning. I just appreciate it. Gray Walker joined third party. Good to see you. Good morning. Johnny Kringles, welcome to the show. So many new faces this morning. Corrine Pien, welcome. Let's see, who else? I got Johnny. Kate, good morning, Kate. I didn't get to shout out Kate yet this morning. Kate, good to see you in here. Vic, I got Vic. I got that one. Okay, I think let's check out the Rockfin, Rumble, and Kick before we get out of here. Mr. Worthless Eater is hanging out over on Rumble, along with Alern, welcome. A Dingo Ate Me Baby is hanging out over there too. Good to see you guys chatting over in the Rumbles. Rumbles never very that chatty. Hi, Rockfin. What's up, Rockfin? Leonard Trust Fund's hanging out over there with Denver Attaway. Good morning. Hi, Ronnie. I see you. And who else is hanging out over there? Well, you guys have been chatting it up. Thank you guys for joining us over on the Rockfin. And let's see, did we get anybody over on the Kick? Oh, no. I normally get solicitors over on Kick. Anyways, you guys, I had a great show. I could not wait till Monday to do this. We had to do a postmortem. It would have just staled out. So I will see you guys Monday morning. I'll be back on my normal time, 9:45. Hello, Monday. And we'll recap everything that happened over the weekend. I'm feeling pretty good. As long as I can get in my chair, I can do my shows. So thank you guys so much for joining us. And we're getting out of here with a little bit of Paradise City, a cover of Guns N' Roses, because hey, don't we all live in a paradise city? Not mine anyways. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you Monday morning. Have a great rest of your week, and remember, you're always welcome at the trailer park. Come on. Wrong mouse. Back me up, Mastermind.
Just literally been under the street of a hot case that's up to beat. And your cherry